Have you ever gazed at a clear blue sky or a bright white wall and noticed peculiar shapes drifting across your vision? These mysterious specks, often resembling tiny worms, cobwebs, or shadowy blobs, are known as eye floaters. Though seemingly insignificant, these fleeting apparitions offer a glimpse into the intricate workings of the human eye. They remind us that even in the vastness of the cosmos, wonders exist within the confines of our own bodies. Eye floaters, scientifically termed muscae volitantes, Latin for flying flies, are a common visual phenomenon experienced by many. These shapes appear to dance and twirl, evading direct gaze like phantoms in the visual field. While their ethereal nature might spark curiosity, understanding their origins demystifies their presence. These are not external objects or minuscule insects trapped within the eye, but rather internal structures within the vitreous humor, the gel-like substance that fills the eye. As light enters the eye, it passes through the vitreous humor before reaching the retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of the eye responsible for converting light into electrical signals that the brain interprets as images. The vitreous humor, composed mostly of water, also contains collagen fibers and other proteins. Over time, these proteins can clump together or break down, casting shadows on the retina that we perceive as floaters. The most common cause of eye floaters is age-related changes in the vitreous humor. As we age, the vitreous gel can shrink and pull away from the retina, a process known as posterior vitreous detachment, or PVD. This detachment can create small strands or clumps of protein that cast shadows on the retina, resulting in the perception of floaters. These floaters may appear as spots, strands, cobwebs, or other shapes, and they often move as the eye moves. Another common cause of eye floaters is the presence of small amounts of blood in the vitreous humor. This can occur as a result of conditions such as diabetic retinopathy, retinal tears, or retinal detachment. When blood cells leak into the vitreous humor, they can cast shadows on the retina, appearing as dark spots or floaters. Less frequently, eye floaters can be caused by inflammation or infection in the eye. Uveitis, an inflammation of the middle layer of the eye, can lead to the release of inflammatory cells into the vitreous humor, resulting in floaters. Eye infections, though less common, can also cause floaters if they affect the vitreous humor. Eye floaters are more easily perceived against a bright, uniform background such as a clear sky, a white wall, or a computer screen. This is because the contrast between the dark floater and the bright background makes the floater more noticeable. When the background is complex and varied, the floater tends to blend in, and is less likely to be seen. The size and shape of eye floaters can vary depending on the size, shape, and location of the debris in the vitreous humor. Smaller particles may appear as tiny dots or specks, while larger clumps may resemble cobwebs or rings. The transparency of the floaters can also vary, with some appearing as faint shadows and others as more opaque objects. Interestingly, when you try to focus directly on a floater, it seems to dart away. This elusive behavior is due to the fact that the floaters are suspended within the vitreous humor, which moves along with eye movements. As you move your eye to focus on the floater, the vitreous humor and the floater move as well, making it difficult to keep the floater centered in your vision. When floaters signal trouble. While most eye floaters are harmless and simply a normal part of aging, a sudden increase in the number of floaters, especially if accompanied by flashes of light or a curtain-like shadow in the peripheral vision, can be a sign of a more serious eye condition, such as a retinal tear or detachment. A retinal tear occurs when the retina develops a small tear or hole, allowing vitreous fluid to seep behind it. This can cause the retina to detach from the back of the eye, like wallpaper peeling off a wall. Retinal detachment is a serious condition that can lead to permanent vision loss if not treated promptly. It is crucial to seek immediate medical attention if you experience a sudden onset of floaters, flashes of light, or a curtain-like shadow in your vision. Early detection and treatment of retinal tears and detachments are essential for preserving vision. The brain's adaptation, filtering out the noise. The human brain is remarkably adept at adapting to constant stimuli. Just as we become accustomed to the feel of clothing on our skin or the hum of a refrigerator, our brains can learn to filter out the visual noise of eye floaters. Over time, the brain may suppress the neural signals associated with floaters, effectively rendering them less noticeable or even invisible to our conscious perception. This adaptation mechanism helps to prevent these benign specks from constantly distracting us from our daily activities. However, if the floaters are particularly large, numerous or persistent, they may continue to be noticeable despite the brain's attempts to ignore them. In such cases, individuals may find ways to cope with the visual disturbance, such as changing their lighting environment or adjusting their gaze to minimize the appearance of floaters. Don't let eye floaters cloud your vision. Subscribe for more insights and tips.